So according to Dwight, a very reputable member of the DVD community, they got confirmation about the content of the anniversary chapter. According to the source, the survivor is named Gabriel Soma and the killer is named The Singularity, with a live stream and PTB happening on May 23rd, so 20 days from the release of this video, and also a final release on June 13th. Now they also have stated that these are code names, so they could change in the future and not be named exactly that way. Freddy Krueger was named Sandman, and Elodie Rakoto was named Elodie Beaumont, so this is not anything new. And also there is a possibility that the livestream or the DLC release are delayed, as we have had a past delay last week with the bug fix patch. So unlike many of the troll leaks that have happened recently, like with the reanimated, I do believe these leaks. Like stated earlier, Dwight has a fantastic reputation and history with correct leaks, especially from DBD Mobile, and they are 100% sure that this is the next chapter. In fact, the head members of DBD Leaks have also confirmed this leak as correct and have already posted it on the leaks section. For those unaware, anything inside the leaks section has way more credibility than in the rumors section. Now of course you can debate and say that they haven't had a clean record lately with the For Honor or Leatherface leaks. However, I don't think I have to remind anyone that they have successfully leaked entire years of content of DVD, with the only leaks being in grey areas being the Leatherface removal and the Stranger Things leaks. But either way, remember that this is a leak after all, and everything has to be taken with a massive grain of salt. After all, this could be fake in order for Behavior to protect themselves against ruining the surprise of the anniversary, or it could be incorrect. Now, a topic I am aware a lot of people are very interested. What about Alien? April 26th has already happened and we sadly got nothing. Curiously enough, the leak got a lot of things right, except the Alien VR game, which is supposedly coming from Survios, and the Behavior announcement, the two things we have talked about in this channel. But I wanted to raise an interesting theory I had after that day, which, if these leaks are true, could potentially give more credibility to Alien being a future DLC of this year. So let's hypothetically imagine that the anniversary chapter is not licensed. Now there are two possibilities after the lack of Alien news on April 26th. The first one is that Alien is not coming to DVD, that's clear. But the second one is that it will be coming, and in that case, if this is true, they would not release anything on Alien Day, because hyping the Alien DLC would be completely pointless and basically a marketing failure for their anniversary, as it would completely doom that chapter no matter what is released. Like, I am not kidding, if Alien were to be teased on Alien Day for Dead by Daylight, but it was not the anniversary and instead the chapter of maybe September, nobody would care about what content the anniversary has. So it makes complete sense not to hype the chapter up. We also have a precedent like this in the history of the game. The Resident Evil first DLC was hyped up very early on the Resident Evil livestream on April 16th, but Project W did not. And this is because the anniversary chapter was not licensed but original. So Alien enjoyers, do not worry and do not lose your hope yet. Even if it's not the anniversary chapter this year, the Alien DLC is still the most likely license to happen. Remember that the Ken Pejora tweets are completely real, and the Alien Day leak still got a lot of things right, so they could have gotten a very early release, and instead they were not able to have things ready for the anniversary and it had to be delayed. After all, Behavior would not want to release an unfinished DLC for their anniversary, and especially not with a license as big and iconic as Alien. Now let's go back to the anniversary leak and let's talk about the content. So the first one is the survivor, Gabriel Soma. Gabriel is a very Spanish name, so they could be a Spaniard or Latino. And also Gabriel is a more masculine name, but there are feminine variants of this name, so we don't know their gender fully yet. Soma is, according to research, a Japanese surname, but it could also be Indian. Now, I find it weird to create another Indian character for our anniversary, but even if it doesn't turn out Indian, I still find it weird how we have so much Japanese representation in this game, as we already have the Spirit, Oni, Adam, Yui, and there is also another character in the archives that looks like a female samurai, and let's not forget that Adriana Imai is of Japanese descent. I think there are plenty of different cultures to explore rather than just going for another back-to-back Japanese character in my opinion, so I would personally be disappointed. We have no Middle Eastern killers like a Jin, or a killer based on fairy tales folklore like Norway or Sweden, a Viking or something like that. But Gabriel is a Spanish name, so for me it would compensate. As for the killer, the name, the Singularity, sounds really interesting and it gives me Dredge vibes, as in this is not another boring human with a mask and a knife, but instead a robot monster. The word Singularity means a hypothetical future where technology growth is out of control and irreversible. So this killer could be literally an android or a cyborg, just like we have previously talked about with the Skull Merchant teasers. And you know me, I want a robot or AI killer for so long, specifically a futuristic one. So if this turns out to be real, then count me in. But again, after what happened with the Skull Merchant, this could be another character that is obsessed with technology but ends up being a basement nerd wannabe, so do not get your hopes up. Now it also gives me space vibes to be fair, and it could be a space horror alien or Lovecraftian being, and both options are completely sick for me, but I do want the original alien if we're going to go space horror. And finally, let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room in this video, and that is the fact that if this is true, the anniversary will be original. The morale of the community is very low, as we got 2 disappointing chapters back to back with very boring playstyles, so a lot of the community has very high hopes for the anniversary being good. A lot of players have left even, and they will only be back depending on how the anniversary is. We all expected a licensed chapter, not only because it's the anniversary, but also because we haven't had any licensed content for 2 chapters now, which is very weird because this has not happened since the Blight, the Twins, and the Trickster. And I think everyone remembers how bad and low the player base was during those times, yet we got Pyramid Head and Nemesis as the anniversary chapters, so the stakes are extremely high for behavior and they need to deliver a good DLC, with a fun killer to play as on verse and a survivor with interesting perks and visual design. I am going to be honest, I did not expect them to not have a license ready for the anniversary, so hearing leaks that the most likely is that it's going to be original, it worries me a lot, because I know a big and loud part of the community will be extremely disappointed of hearing this news, as we all have our expectations very high in order to wash away the bad taste in our mouths after the recent updates. But regardless of the case, remember that this is not officially confirmed by behavior, as this is only a leak after all, so my only advice would be to be prepared just in case. Lower your expectations and you will not be as disappointed. We also have to give it a chance at worst, because after all I think the Dredge is one of the coolest anniversary characters we have ever got, and if we do get a robot for the anniversary, then that's exactly what a vast majority of the community has been asking for with the Tools of Torment DLC, so don't immediately jump into trashing this DLC just because it's not licensed. And for those doomsayers, no, I don't think the game will die anytime soon. The game will die, however, if the killer promotes an extremely boring playstyle or the survivor has a new perk that completely shakes up the meta to the worst, like Original Decisive Strike or Metal of Man. In that case, combined with the already bad mood of the community with the last 2 chapters, the game will be at its all-time low on July and August, but only to recover with whatever DLC comes out in September. Anyways, Please let me know your opinion as I will be reading every single comment. This topic is very interesting for me and I want to know your thoughts regarding both this leak and what you expect as part of the anniversary. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.